early years as a financial advisor, I had a client that hired me to do a financial plan, which we started, and during that process, he was told that he was going to be put out to pasture by the company he worked for. What was interesting is I felt like he had enough money to retire, but we hadn't done all the financial planning yet, all the projections. And so when I spoke with him by phone and he's sharing the news that his retirement date is going to be sooner now, one of the things I asked him was, what do you want to do? And he said, well, if I've got enough money to retire, I want to retire. But for now, I've gone down to the local Walmart and gotten a job. I asked him why did he feel like he needed to get that job. He said, well, I can't touch my 401k until I'm 59 and a half. I'm not paying a 10% penalty and I don't want to do that. And I said, well, I think you need to come in and I need to redo the plan showing early retirement and let me show you what that looks like. I don't think you're going to need to keep that job. I ran several proposals. What most people don't know is Section 72T of the IRS code basically allows someone to take money out of their qualified retirement plan, such as a 401k, before age 59 and a half and avoid the 10% penalty with a few stipulations. Now, is it right for everyone? No. In this person's case, one of the concerns was most of his wealth, if not all of it, was in the 401k. Thinking back on it, I don't even think they had a 3-month cash reserve, much less a 6-month cash reserve built up. And so what I shared with him that day was that I was going to recommend that he do two things. One, that he take a chunk of his 401k out right then and pay the 10% penalty on it. And then as soon as we've done that and he puts that money aside, and that's going to be his emergency fund, the rest of his portfolio, we were going to sign an agreement with the IRS under Section 72T that we would take substantially equal periodic payments from his 401k, or we rolled it into an IRA and we took it from there. And what that code says that as long as you don't deviate from that, and you have to do that for 5 years or until age 59 and a half, whichever is longer. And in his case, that meant we would be doing it for almost 7 years. So that's the reason I wanted him to take money out of the 401k and pay the penalty so he would have some liquid money just in case, because once we start this cash flow coming out of the IRA, he can't change it for any reason. Because if you do, they will go back and hit you with all kinds of taxes and penalties. So in one way, it's a deal that you're making with the devil, so to speak, but if you plan for it by making sure you have adequate cash reserves on the front end, you're allowed to be able to do that and get that money. I'm happy to report that 30-something years later, he's still retired to this day.